Every single day, over 11 billion tons of freight move across America. That's enough to fill a line of trucks, stretching around the Earth multiple times. And who moves the vast majority of it? Trucks. In 2024, trucks hauled 72.6% of the nation's freight by weight and generated over $906 billion in revenue. That's not just numbers, that's the food on your table, the medicine in your cabinet, the clothes on your back, and the materials building our homes and cities. The United States depends on trucking more than any other country on Earth. Why? Because our economy is built on speed, flexibility, and just-in-time delivery. Rail is great for bulk over long distances, ships for international trade, planes for urgency, but trucks, they go door to door, anywhere, anytime. Without them, grocery shelves empty in days, gas stations run dry in hours, and factories grind to a halt. This is Road Titans. And today, we're uncovering the truth. Why the US depends so much on trucking. We'll dive into the latest 202 for 2025 data from the American Trucking Association's Bureau of Transportation Statistics and real industry insights. From sheer volume and economic impact to geography, e-commerce, and the irreplaceable last mile, you'll see why trucking isn't just important. It's the backbone of America. If you've ever wondered how everything gets where it needs to be, buckle up. The road warriors of trucking keep this country moving. Let's start with the undeniable fact. Trucks dominate US freight movement. According to the American Trucking Association's latest 2025 report, in 2024, trucks moved 11.27 billion tons of goods. That's over 72% of all freight tonnage in the country. By value, trucking handles around 72 to 76% of domestic shipments, with industry revenues hitting $906 billion. Compare that to other modes. Rail carries about 10 to 11%, pipelines around 18% for bulk liquids like oil, water less than 5%, and air a tiny fraction for high-value items. Why the huge gap? Trucks transported 67% of surface trade with Canada and 85% with Mexico in 2024 overall. Trucking accounts for the lion's share because it's the most versatile. The Bureau of Transportation Statistics confirms, in recent years, trucks have consistently moved 64 to 72% of freight value and weight. In 2022, data latest comprehensive, trucks carried $18.80 trillion in goods, daily averages of 54 million tons worth $52 billion. Real impact: 80% of us communities rely solely on trucks for goods delivery, no rail spurs, no ports nearby. Rural areas, small towns, even urban neighborhoods depend on that final truck rollout. Veteran drivers know this. One long-haul pro shared on forums: "I've hauled everything from avocados to iPhones. Rail can't get it to the store shelf. We do. Without trucking's scale, supply chains collapse." It's not exaggeration. During disruptions, we've seen empty shelves prove it. Trucking's dominance isn't accidental. It's essential. The unbeatable advantage: flexibility. Trucks go where others can't. Rail needs tracks. Ships need ports, planes need airports, and can't handle bulk. Trucks, they drive right to your door. This door-to-door capability is why trucking thrives in America's sprawling geography. With 50 states, vast rural and decentralized manufacturing, just-in-time delivery demands road access. Factories ship parts directly to assembly lines via truck. Retailers get pallets straight to back doors. E-commerce explosion amplifies this. Amazon, Walmart, and others rely on trucks for last mile, that final hop from warehouse to home. Online sales drive freight growth, and trucks handle nearly all parcel and LTL less than truckload deliveries. ARTA data shows trucking's share holds strong because of this adaptability. Short hauls under 500 miles, almost all truck. Medium distances, still dominant. Even long haul often involves truck rail intermodal, but trucks bookend it. Geography plays huge. Unlike Europe's dense rail networks or China's centralized hubs, America's highway system, over 4 million miles, favors roads. Interstate system built post-World War II prioritized trucking. Story from the road. A flatbed driver hauling steel said, "Rail dropped it at a yard 50 miles away. I picked it up and delivered to the exact construction site. No crane needed for transfer. That's flexibility in action. No other mode offers this precision and reach." Trucking isn't just moving goods. It's fueling the economy. The industry employs 8.4 million people to 3.58 million. Drivers alone in 2024, plus mechanics, dispatchers, and more. That's one of the largest workforces in America. Revenue $906 billion in 2024 gross freight revenues. Trucks pay billions in taxes, $30 billion in fuel taxes alone in recent years. Otter estimates trucking contributes massively to GDP through direct and indirect effects. Every sector depends: manufacturing raw materials in, products out, retail stocking shelves, agriculture farm to market, construction materials on site, healthcare, medicines, and equipment. If trucking stops, chaos ensues. Experts estimate grocery shortages in 3 days, gas dry in 48 hours, hospitals strained immediately. During COVID, truckers were essential workers keeping supply chains alive. 2025 outlook. Despite challenges, ATA forecasts rebound with 1.6% growth in volumes. Shortage of 60,000 to 80,000 drivers. Highlights demand. Companies offer bonuses. Better pay. One owner-operator noted, "My truck supports my family. The shipper's business and the buyer's needs. Multiplied by millions, that's America's economy." Trucking powers prosperity. The rise of last-mile delivery. E-commerce boom since 2010s, skyrocketed trucking needs. Consumers want fast, free shipping, trucks deliver. In 2024 to 2025, online retail drives parcel volumes. UPS, FedEx, Amazon fleets, mostly trucks, handle billions of packages. Mixed freight store supplies, online orders, tops commodities. Just-in-time inventory. Businesses hold less stock, relying on frequent truck deliveries. This efficiency saves billions, but ties economy to roads. ATA reports e-commerce as key growth driver. Without truck speed for final delivery, next-day promises fail. Real example, holiday surges. Trucks handle the crush, where rail or ship can't. Last mile makes trucking irreplaceable in modern America. America's layout favors trucking. Vast landmass, spread out population, suburban sprawl, highways connect it all. The interstate highway system, started in 1956, revolutionized freight. Over 48,000 miles designed for heavy trucks. Unlike Europe's rail-heavy systems, US invested in roads. Ports and rails feed into truck hubs. Intermodal, containers off ships, trains onto trucks for distribution. BTS data, trucks dominate short-medium hauls. Even long, often involves road segments. Mountainous west, rural Midwest trucks navigate where fixed routes can't. Driver insight, crossed Rockies with a load rail, couldn't touch timely. Infrastructure locks in trucking dependence. Trucks win on speed and reliability for most goods. Rail, cheaper for bulk, but slower, scheduled. Ships, slowest. Air, fastest but expensive, limited volume. Time sensitive, produce, pharmaceuticals. Electronics trucks, ensure freshness, prevent stockouts. Just-in-time manufacturing, auto plants get parts hours before needed, trucks only. 2024 disruptions weather. Strikes showed trucking's resilience, reroute easily. A TA trucking's modal share stable because reliability trumps cost for many. Comparison. Europe, more rail, 40% plus freight. US geography culture favors roads. Pro. Rail delayed a week once, lost the contract. Trucks. On time, every time. Speed keeps economy humming. Ironically, challenges prove dependence. Driver shortage, 60,000 to 80,000 gap. Aging workforce. High turnover, regulations, lifestyle, yet demand grows. Fuel prices, congestion, infrastructure strain, but alternatives insufficient. Pandemic exposed. Truckers essential. Shortages cause delays. Future ATA projects tonnage to 14 billion by 2035, more reliance. Electric autonomous tech coming, but trucks remain core. Vulnerabilities underscore, America can't shift modes quickly. Looking ahead, e-commerce, reshoring, population growth boost trucking. ATA forecast. Volumes rebound 2025, steady growth. Sustainability, cleaner diesels, EVs, but road-based. Intermodal grows, but trucks integral. Pro tips. Support truckers, better parking, fair regs. Trucking's future bright, because America's needs it. That's why the US depends so much on trucking scale. Flexibility, economy, and future-proof reliability. Truckers, you're the unsung heroes keeping America rolling. Share your stories in comments, best featured next. Like if this opened your eyes, subscribe to Road Titans for more industry truths, survival tips, and road life. Safe miles, keep it between the lines. This is Road Titans, honoring the backbone of America.